me get on these charts real quick. See what's going on. All right, here we go. Benito, what's up, man? What's up, RJ? Let me get the link here, shoot it over real quick. I don't got too much time. I got like a half hour. So I decided to come on real quick, see what's going on. Oh, here it goes. Okay. So what's happening, y'all? What the market looking like? What is the market looking like? Oh, okay, that's the right one. All right, let me turn this off for right now. All right. Oh, RJ, you just getting on too? Okay. Following the chat. Got you. What they talking about in there right now? I'm literally just getting a chance to come on. I haven't done anything at all day, really. He said Batman. That's it. That explains it all. So I already know what the vibe is. If they talking about Batman, they must be talking about old school. Old school jewels. All right, let's see what this platform looking like right now. You got to watch last night's training. Never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, the clarity just continues to come. It's amazing. What's happening, Hassan? Yeah, they be acting nuts in the chat, man. They be acting crazy. They be acting crazy. Okay. Actually, right now, environment look pretty good. But I need to take a look and see what the behavior is looking like. And to see whether or not it is consistent. Oh, wow. Watched it 7 times, huh? It's crazy, man. Yeah, I had it on repeat all day, too, myself. For Mother's Day, I was actually, and well, like we still are. My son, he's in the hospital, and we were in there for Mother's Day because he actually went in on Saturday night. So we spent Mother's Day there, and we didn't get an opportunity to go anywhere, but we always make the best of the situation at the time. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. He's where he needs to be to get what he needs. So that's always my major concern. I thank God for hospitals that are there for kids in particular, that have issues and things going on with them. You know, I think today we're fortunate to even be in a time where technology and medicine is what it is. Where like things that we can kind of take for granted sometimes, there's always treatment for, and even things that are like way more serious that go on, there's treatment for. Whereas in the past, with there being no treatment, you know, a lot of people were not able to make it through, which is crazy. So I'm just always aware of that and always thankful for it, you know? You know what it is, the positive vibration, man. In all things, just give thanks. That's why, like, a lot of times people won't know, like, what's going on with me. It'd be all type of stuff that could be happening. Like I got stuff, a situation now with my uncle down south, you know? It's like you can only control the things that you can control. Everything else, you just have to have a positive outlook when it comes to things and just train and condition yourself to be that way. So that's one thing I'm fortunate enough to have done early, like in my lifetime, just taking the good out of every situation. But it is what it is. What's up, Jeffrey? Yep, it is what it is. But he's doing much better than he was. So that's how I look at things. I'm always looking at progression. And I also think about things in terms of it could have been worse. Like that, I'm big on that. Because I believe that. I believe when stuff happens, it could always have been so much worse than it is. And that keeps you grounded and keeps you level-headed, so that you don't get beside yourself and just think everything is always peachy keen all the time. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Just keep the positive vibes and the thoughts and the prayers and all of that. Yep. Because like there's just so much stuff that's always going on all the time. All the time. Exactly. Silver linings and everything. That's I like that. That's a good way to look at it. Exactly. What's happening, John? Let me see something. Okay. I was making sure. Got some good internet today, so I feel good about that. Hey, it's the little things, man. It's the little things. They'd be like, Mark is happy today. He got some good internet outside. He's good. That's funny. Yep. So this oh, well, that's what I had wanted to mention. I had did a little it was a pop, I called it a pop quiz, but it really was a poll that I did in my group, and I was talking about like I laid out a scenario. The scenario was if you started trading with $100 account, you know, and of course on NADEX we know that it's $250 to open the account, but you can, withdraw. So let's say, for example, you opened up your account with $250 and you withdrew $150, you left $100 in there. And the question was, if you took your $100 account up to, matter of fact, I want to read it because I don't want to I want to kind of read it exactly the way that I asked it. I got it up here somewhere. Damn, we do a lot of talking in the group. Jesus. You know how far back I had to scroll just now? I'm still scrolling. Okay, there it is. So the question was, if you start with $100 and you work your way up to a $1,500 balance, right? And then you take a trade with 15 contracts, right? The question was, how much money are you risking in total? This is a very good question. I'm curious to see what y'all say. I know many of you are students already in Team Alliance, but some of you are not. So I'm just curious to get your immediate intake, like the way that you process that question. So I'll say it again. The question is, if you start with $100 and you build your account up to 1,500, and then you take a trade with 15 contracts, how much money are you risking in total? That's a good question. And when you hear the actual answer to that, it'll put things in perspective. But you might already think that way. It depends. I don't know. Let me see. See, I saw what you put, John. John said 12:45. Holly said last night's training was the bomb. This was exactly what I needed to understand, and I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it really was awesome stuff. It really was. Ooh, John. Wow. John, I'm curious, what made you put that after you put the first answer? What happened? When you put the first answer, did you think about it more and then you responded with the second answer? Because what he said, his first response was 12:45, and then he said, or 100. Um, King Elio said, risking $100 price of the full contract, so 15 contracts, $100 each. The most is 1,500. Interesting. That's interesting. I'm more interested in why John changed his answer. And is that a change, or are you suggesting that it's either or? Like, elaborate on that, John. This is good. John said, because of your reaction, which means you can only risk what you put in. Wow. Yo, I love it. Like I get excited when every time that I hear the responses from that, and then like everyone always says something first, and then they think about it after, and then they will reframe their response. I love that because it makes you think from the right perspective. Because you heard what the question was. You started with 100. Very good, John. Very good. King Elliot, what you think about that? He says, I agree. You started with 100, so you can't risk more than what you already put in. Bingo. I get him every time. I get him every time. I love that. I love that because it really, like when you begin to understand what you're doing in the markets and what you're capable of doing, when you possess a level of skill that you can just continuously execute in the market, it really elevates not only your perspective, but it elevates your understanding of your own ability. Because you begin to realize, like, wait a minute, let me actually think about this for a minute. Let me think about it. I'll give you a good example of how this helps people to change the dynamic of their thought process. What's up, Patrick? Yeah, they're just straight hardcore into the wisdom. See, Matthew on a whole nother level. We not even gonna do all of that yet. That's internal. If you're not a TeamAlliance, you're not gonna understand. You won't even understand what Matthew's response was. He took it to a whole nother level. But so yeah, it helps you to change your thought process. One of the things that I find people do a lot of is they think in terms of what they can earn from trading, and they put a dollar amount on it. So like, for example, people will be like, well, I want to get to the point where I can earn $150 a day, 200 a day, 500 a day. And it's like, okay, I understand why you're saying that, because you want to position yourself to have the ability to produce income at a level that would represent, financial freedom for you. So obviously that's where you're getting those numbers from. It represents financial freedom for you. So I understand that. Now the question becomes, the market looks good right now. It just needs to get in position. If you, the question becomes, if you want your income to be at a certain level, then you have to have the skill to back up the income level that you're seeking. Like, you can't just arbitrarily be like, well, I want to make $150 a day. I need a strategy, or I need a way to make $150 a day. Without understanding the market and the nature of the market itself, you're never going to do that, because you don't even understand, like, the aspects of the way that you have to look at everything as a collective. Like, it's not just about money management. It's not just about the approach that you're using as far as the way that you trade. And it's not just about the percentage of wins that you get when you take your trades. But these just happen to be everything that people will talk about when they're talking about framing that income level. Like, they're looking at, let's say $150 a day. First thing that somebody will do will say, all right, well, what size account do I need? And it's like, what size account? Like, you just skipped past a lot just to in your mind have an account size that would represent the contract size in order to produce that level of income based on your approach. Like, it's a very limited way of thinking about it. And it's like they'll just lock themselves in that little box and they're forgetting about everything else. Like, you're forgetting the fact that, for one, you gotta win. Like, you gotta win the trades that you take. If I throw that out there at them, what they'll come back with is, oh, well, the strategy that I'm using wins 8 out of 10. And I'm like, okay, cool, 8 out of 10. So on the 2 that you'll lose, what happens to your account? What's your drawdown in your account? What does it look like? And what do you do after you take losses? Total confusion. They can't answer anything now. Now they're stumped because they're like, damn, I didn't even think about that. It changes the dynamic of it. So you realize after a while, you can't keep looking at the way that you're trading and the results that you're looking for using that frame of mind, that frame of thinking, I should say. You got to switch things around and really begin to understand what are you doing, first of all, and how can you actually duplicate something that is going to be effective and work consistently. Because that's what you have to have. You can't have something that's inconsistent, because now it throws off the results that you're looking for. And as soon as your results are thrown off, now it don't work. Like don't people do that? If they don't get the exact result that they set out to achieve from the very beginning, whatever that thing is that they're using as the vehicle to get there, now it don't work no more. Ain't that crazy? And they'll do this all the time. Let me read the comments real quick. Holly says she agrees with Matthew. Of course you do. As you should. Matthew says your skill has to be able to earn you nothing and everything at the same time. All while losing you nothing. Think about it. See, this is what happens when Matthew's here in our presence. He gonna come back with the right energy and the right perspective. Like, I'm throwing out what people throw out. And if you actually listen to what he just said, he just explained the what you have to do answer. It's like, all right, what you're doing, I'm going to just show you that ain't going to work for you. What you have to do, you would have to do something like what he just pointed out. Jeffrey said, bingo. Hassan, I won $2 in the lottery this afternoon at lunch. Please respect our family's privacy as we decide how to move forward during this pivotal time in our lives. I just caught that. That's hilarious. When you hover your site, it shows 18 monthly, but then click on it, it is 35. Which is it? What site are you on? What site are you on? Yeah, Hassan, that is hilarious. The training is $35 a month. I'm curious where you see that at. Where do you see $18? I don't even know. I would like to see though, because if that is something that you're seeing on there, then maybe someone else is seeing that too. and they shouldn't be. I think I might know what you're talking about. You might be talking about the button. But the training is $35 per month. And I think I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. So let me see something. Thank you. I appreciate you actually pointing that out, because I do not want anybody to get confused. Ever. Where is it? Yeah, but that's a very good conversation. Yeah, I'm seeing it now, Holly. That's actually that's a business. It was an educational program that I used to do. I mean, it's actually still around. Actually, it's something that I used to do, and the sign up button that you see, what it was is I used the same sign up button from that previous site when I set up the site for the training. So that's why it's still there like that. But I'm actually going to correct that, and I appreciate you, King Elio, for pointing it out. See, that's why you got to be on point, because people don't miss shit. People don't miss nothing. I'm gonna correct it right now, as a matter of fact. All right, let me see if it's fixed now. Should be fixed now. Yeah. What was I about to say? I was actually about to say something about that. Oh, yeah. Eddie. Yeah, it does look like yours. You're right. Yours actually look a little better than mine, because yours has the white trim around the logo. I'm gonna get some new hats though. I'm gonna get some new caps this summer. Yes, I am. Okay, yeah, I see it. It is fixed now. All right, cool. Yes, thank you, King Ellie, for pointing that out, though. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was about to say something just now. Oh, about Four Corners. Four Corners is actually how I learned about Bitcoin. And this had to be what year is this? 2019? This was like 2016, 2017. 2016 going into 2017. When I first started like discovering Bitcoin, my education really came from the education from one of the books in that program that talked about Bitcoin. It was the reason that I started buying Bitcoin early. And that was around the time when Bitcoin was like $600-700 per Bitcoin. But just from getting into learning about Bitcoin and about the blockchain technology, I became very aware of the blockchain more specifically than just Bitcoin. Like I began to understand the technology behind it, and I was like, yo, that right there is the wave. It's the blockchain. that is going to make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have the value that they're going to have. So we got, like you got to see a glimpse of it already. How high did Bitcoin go to? Like, did it go as high like 15,000 or something? Or more, right? Was it more than that? I forgot how high it went, but it did something crazy. But there was a time when Bitcoin was cents. It went up to 19,000? Damn. Damn. You figure if you bought some Bitcoin around the $1,000 area, that right there is like 19x. But I mean, you really gotta just be aware, and you gotta be willing to invest in something long term when you doing things of that nature. And I kind of did have that frame of mind at the time when I was accumulating it, because I just was buying it every week. Like in New York, you started to see these ATM machines. They had Bitcoin ATM machines, and you could go put cash in, and then it would give you Bitcoin, and you could assign it to a Bitcoin address, or it would put the Bitcoin on an address on the receipt. And then that would be your address. Then you could transfer from that address to another wallet, like that. It was very interesting. I actually learned a lot about Bitcoin early in the game. Well, early for me anyway. Like at that time, there wasn't nearly as much information about it as there is now. But that's how it always goes. Anytime something takes off, that's when everybody starts to want to talk about it and want to do stuff. But I could tell that Bitcoin had tremendous value because of the technology that it was based on. Yep, definitely. Okay, that's good right there. All right, so what this market doing right now? Looks like it's just a waiting game with the market overall. Might get there. I'll come back on a little later after it reopens, see what it's doing. Oh, Eddie said it went up to 21. Damn. Holly said one day there might be a TA Super Bowl ring. In the meantime, I want the bling TA hat. I got another surprise too coming for the merch. I didn't get it yet. When I get it, man, when I saw it, that like what it was, the idea, I was like, that's perfect. It's because it's something that I could kind of get out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like hassle free. And if I see, like if I meet up with anybody, I can just give it to them too. It's that type of thing. It's good stuff. Always thinking outside the box. She said a Super Bowl ring. I like that, Holly. Yeah, but tonight's train is going to be another good one. Another good one. We on that vibe now. I like when we're focused on the vibration, all type of stuff comes out of that, man. All type of stuff. Like stuff that really is helping you as you're developing your trading ability. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what the training is designed to do. It's helping you to always focus your attention inward so that you work on yourself and your mindset and the way that you're looking at the market. You got to realize that there's a connection between the way you see yourself and the way you see the market. They're the exact same thing, which is crazy. Because whenever you see in the market and you're like, damn, market looks crazy, it looks chaotic, it's too much going on. As you move away from that way of thinking, you begin to realize like, well, no, actually it ain't crazy. That's just what it does. Look at how that switch helps you to begin to understand yourself more. You become like you actually are becoming more and more self-aware. What happens when you become more self-aware, you know exactly what to work on. The same way that when you're looking at the market, your perspective changes about the same thing that you used to call one thing. Now you don't call it that anymore when you see it in the market. You change yourself the same way. It's the same dynamic. That's why the market is such a powerful mirror that's always in front of you, because it's always showing you yourself all the time. You just have to be, you know, focused on that in order to benefit from it. Like, to benefit from knowing that, you just have to be focused on it. That's all it is. And that's all we do all the time. Every day, that's all we do, is just focus the laser even more. The beam just gets even more focused, more powerful. Good stuff. Yep, good stuff. There he is. What's up, Adam? Adam said there's something for everyone in the market. It's like complaining about the weather. Some people complain constantly about the rain, but the flowers love it. Come on, man. Come on. I'm out. I gotta leave because of that. Yo, I holler at y'all in training. I see y'all later. Peace. Adam with the nuggets.